Previously on Project Angel Killer, Kyojiri Tekagami aka Kaio, an individual who has been orphaned into a dangerous gang, had been sent on a mission. During this mission, his goal was to steal a cursed eye. Yet when he had the eye in his hands, he was stopped by a strange individual who is planning to stop Kaio from escaping. Let's see what happens next in Project Angel Killer Season 1 Episode 2, Bitter Rivalry. Who are you, and why are you here? Kaio said, staring daggers at the guy in front of him. Nanaka Shuryu, I am a part of the Artemis Collective of Rehabilitation, meant to help villains join the correct side. In this, with 30% of the worlds is super-powered. Nanaka was not a part of that 30%, yet every single member of his family is. Nanaka was nothing but ordinary, and he even is weaker than most humans. Due to at birth his legs were dysfunctional, he is only standing because of robotic attachments. His body is more sensitive to injury than normal regular humans as well. He was burned early in his life. It is difficult to even move without his body feeling like thousands of needles stabbing into his body. He had concocted a serum to hold back the pain and regenerate his skin temporarily for 3 hours. With his disabilities, you would think that HR would be in no condition to be a hero. Yet one thing that is much higher than any human recorded, his intelligence. At the age of 12, he had made it through college and gained a doctorate in both chemistry and robotics. He is what you call one of the greatest minds in existence. So, now that I've said my name, what about yours, Ninja Man? Nanaka had his hands in his pockets, eyeing Kaio. Kaio didn't know how to really answer, so he just made up a name on the spot. Call me Strife. He then entered his stance shadow, stepping and appearing above Nanaka. Yet a robot flew directly into Kaio as he swapped places, slamming him into the wall opposite to Nanaka. He hadn't moved a muscle. Judging from your voice, you're around teenage in age, so you're also a rookie. Let me go over your rights before we can continue. Nanaka began stepping towards Kaio, clicking his earpiece. The drone landed and copied his walk. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say and do will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to an attorney. Nanaka stopped as Kaio launched up and tried slashing his chest. The drone caught it, then shooting an electrical burst at Kaio, flinging him away again and causing him to drop his weapon. Screw it, you don't even care. Let's be real right now, you're not skilled enough to fight a seasoned hero. In simpler terms, I am not the individual you wanted to see. He began walking to Kaio again. Kaio's turmoil began building. He was training all his life to be a strong fighter, and he can't even beat a single guy. He couldn't bear it. He wanted to prove himself to String. He wanted to be good enough for him, and he would not fail him. He slowly got up, his anger building until his veins began turning red. He had never experienced something like this before. He felt powerful. He felt more than just powerful. He felt above strength. He was taught his anger would get him nowhere, yet it felt so empowering. He slowly began walking to Nanaka, bloodlust in his eyes. As he went for a punch, the drone tried grabbing him again. This time the drone was blown apart by the sheer strength of Kaio. So 2 abilities, I am assuming you just awakened it, otherwise you wouldn't need to sneak in here and could just tear everything down. Nanaka tapped his earpiece again. Gonna need some backup, call in Matthew. Nanaka then tapped the earpiece again. A blur and red samurai suit landed behind him. Due to you having 2 powers, I am gonna have to use some of my stockpile up. The suit then opened up. As he stepped inside, the suit then closing, he began stomping towards Kaio. He began stomping over to Nanaka as well. The samurai armor sent a punch to Kaio's guy. Kaio caught it, and then sent an opposing punch. The suit caught the other arm and then kneed him in the stomach. Coughing out spit mixes with blood. His mask moistening the inside. Kaio then shadow stepped behind the suit, punching Nanaka across the museum. He slid then, catching himself. Turrets popping out of his back and firing an electrical pulse. Light blinded Kaio as his body began straining from the electricity. Nanaka turned, running at full speed and kicking Kaio into the wall. For an individual with 2 powers, you are unable to fight simple machinery. The suit then walked over, grabbing Kaio by the neck. Do you yield? Kaio looked at him, at the arm restraining him. No, I don't think I will. His veins turned red again as he crushed the suit's arm. The arm then flew off the suit, slamming him through the wall, causing him to drop the cursed eye. In the shadows, somebody then ran by the two fighting, grabbing the eye and beginning to run as fast as he could, turning. A strange man with polka-dotted green and orange overalls with a baby mask stood there. I was planning to take this when you were about to leave. Guess it worked either way. You guys are actually stupid. The random criminal then began running away as then somebody else appeared on the scene. Matthew Draken. Hey, boss man, who is this guy? Matthew looked to Nanaka. Matthew was not the brightest, yet his strength is unrivaled. He can punch buildings apart if told. He's another criminal, please arrest him, I'll deal with the other one. He looked back to where Kaya was, yet nothing was there. Or not, let's take out the criminal now then. It was 2 versus 1, Matthew and Nanaka versus the criminal. Whoa, wait, dude, hold up, I'm just a normal bystander. The man said, lying through his teeth. Matthew scratched his head. Sound believable to me. The metal arm began morphing. The techno-virus didn't believe the man in the slightest, then forming a hammer hand and slamming the man into the ground. Yet due to how slow Matthew moved, the man was able to maneuver out of the way and began sprinting for his life. Then running into an alleyway, Nanaka's mech wasn't meant to be in crammed places, and Matthew was far too slow to catch him. The criminal got away. The criminal slid into a closed restaurant, hiding there. Soon everybody will know me, for I am Babyface, the man proclaimed, pulling out the cursed eye and devouring it. The cursed eyes could give great strength, but also great weakness. Babyface felt something, strength. He had gained powers. The power of telekinesis, yet in exchange for the ability, he was infected with the void heart virus. His arm turned purple. It wouldn't be strong enough to take him over, but if he kept eating eyes, he would most definitely be fully infected. What is happening to me? He touched his arm. As eyes began forming, his vision was split. He had more peripheral vision. Black liquid began leaking out of the eyes, growing on his arm. Although he may be weak now, he would be a large problem in the future.